All right, before you watch this video titled How to Get Double the Salary, or maybe something similar to that title, there are a couple of things which I want you to know. Number one is this video is like 47 minutes long, which is really long and has around 20, I think 25 points. So don't watch this video at one go and say it's done. If you want to listen to it in that format, let's say you're traveling or something, fine, you can listen to it one go. But if you really want to use this video and change your life and really achieve results, first you listen to it just casually, but then after that, break it down into bits and pieces where you take the points, you jot down the points and write it down. And the reason I'm not copy pasting and giving you the points is because I don't want you to be lazy. Every day, if you listen to 2 minutes and you jot down the points, then you will have something, you'll have a script, you'll have instructions, and you'll be able to achieve your goal. And one last thing I would like to tell you is, if there are any points I've not covered, please feel to mention them down below. If there are any questions that you have, feel free to state what they are. And last, if not the least, if videos like this do help you, please let me know what other videos to make. And if you want to support the channel, the YouTube thing, you can go ahead and do it. All right. Having said that, watch this video and I hope it really helps you. Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay, date is 14th June 2023. Time right now is 3:23 in the afternoon. Okay. You remember I had posted on the community tab that a client of mine got double the salary. He was earning $10,000. Now he's getting $20,000. I gave an approximate. I didn't give his exact thing. But yes, he was getting double the salary plus. Actually, it's 2x plus. And then there were questions as to how is it possible? Is it possible like I'm a engineer or I'm a sales manager? How can I get double the salary? Or I'm a marketing or branding or whatever, executive or manager, whatever. So quite a number of people in my groups ask me, can you make a video stating how did they do this? Okay, in fact, whenever I post vacancies on my community tab and whenever I share vacancies, many of them don't even get a response. So the question is, on one hand, you're not even getting a response. Nobody's responding to you applying for a CV. On the other hand, there are people who are getting double the salary. So how is this possible? Okay. Is this luck? Only luck? Oh, he got lucky. Or is this vasta, like how they say in the Middle East? Oh, he has the vasta, right? Contacts and connections. Is it a mixture of both? Or are there other strategies that you're not thinking about? In this video, I will give you 25 strategies quickly. I'll just browse through them quickly, just so that you understand what is required for you to achieve double the salary. Okay. And if it was not possible, I would not be making this video because it doesn't make sense. Like you'll never get me make a video stating that, oh, you can become a billionaire, you can become a millionaire, you can earn 7-figure income just out of college, because those are rarities. Those are very rare. But getting double the salary or even say 50% more, it is possible. But number one, it takes time. Number two, it's a strategy. Number three is it involves a lot of effort. It's not going to be like you watch this video, oh, I'm going to get double the salary. No, I'll give you these 25 points. Take them down, write it out. And if you have any doubts or questions, put it in the comments below. I will, if you have doubts, I will answer them. Okay. So let's start. So here's a question which they had asked me, by which I'm making this video. How is it possible to get double the salary or 2x plus? Okay. So here are the 25 points. Point number one, first and foremost, is you have to absolutely believe that you can get double the salary. So I know it sounds silly, but if you don't believe, you cannot get. If it is like, hey, double the salary, okay, chill, let me apply. No. it should not be that. See, today I'm a coach. I'm a trainer. I'm, with this tattooed, wearing this banyan. If I didn't believe that my this career would be a success, it wouldn't be. You need to first believe. And among those traits are next one is obsession. You need to be absolutely obsessed. Have you noticed that every single day I'm putting up a video, every single day there is an update? I mean, I do 2 to 3 videos per day. And even though YouTube is not what pays me my actual money, but I'm obsessed about my brand. I'm obsessed about my work. I keep reading books. I'm reading books. I'm updating myself. I'm learning something new. So you have to be obsessed and it has to be consistent. The third point in the same point number one is you must have a sense of urgency. If it's not urgent, it's never going to work. I've met so many people who said, "Oh yeah, I want to get a better job," and then after that, I don't hear from them. Or I get a guy who say, "Okay, we will lose weight and I'll get in shape," and 3 4 days, and then they vanish. It doesn't work. It has to be so urgent. It has to. You cannot breathe. It's like you cannot sleep. You think about it 24/7, like that obsession which I said. And the last point in the first category is that sense of desperation should be there. Like let's imagine someone had an accident, someone you love in your family had an accident and they're dying. You wouldn't be acting like, we'll just go to the hospital. No, you'd not even think. You'd carry them in your arms or put them in your car and drive down to the hospital and tell the doctor what needs to be done. That kind of attitude, that kind of thinking, that kind of feeling should be there. Only then you can say that the first step is covered. So this is point number one. These are the characteristic traits. Okay. Point number two, if you're earning 10,000, I'm giving you an example. If you're earning $10,000 today, it is because you act in a certain way, you talk in a certain way, you behave in a certain way, you work in a certain way. So because of all these characteristics of yours, you're being paid 10. But if you're looking for 20 or you're looking for 30, you can't be the same guy. You have to rise up. Like, for example, look at the personality or the demeanor or the behavior or the dress sense of a sales executive. Then look at the dress sense, the demeanor, the behavior pattern of a sales manager. Then look at the dress sense, the behavior, the thinking, the personality of a sales director. And then look at a CEO. It's not just, oh, he's wearing expensive clothes, he's driving an expensive car. It's the attitude, it's the behavior pattern, it's the habits, it's the what they do when they're free. I'm telling you, by meeting someone, when you meet someone, and especially given the fact that I have been involved in evaluating so many people, even there are some college kids, when I speak to them, I can literally feel, I know for a fact that there is something about this guy or this girl, and this person is destined for greatness. Obviously, I don't tell them that. And then there are other people who you meet and you know for a fact there are these massive red flags. They're never going to amount to anything. So either you have it or you're not. Like, for example, me, even from childhood, even from the time I was a small kid, people always said, this boy, there's something about him, either good or bad. They would say, he's not normal. He doesn't act normal, doesn't behave normal, doesn't talk normal. And some others would say, oh, the boy is not normal, he's special. So there was something about me, and that kept resonating. And because of this, I was constantly restless and trying to find out my true calling. So I'll give you a simple experiment. Do this. When you meet children, meet children, just stranger, not your child, someone else's child. By talking or interacting with a child for a few seconds, you can make out this child will be very mischievous. This child will be very shy. This child will be a troublemaker. This child will be, very loving and, sweet. So there are certain characteristics. I'm not saying that they will actually become this, but this forms their core. Like my daughter, she's super hyper. Oh my goodness, she is hyper until the point she sleeps. Now, I know that she has ADHD. I know that she is hyper. I know that she has boundless energy. And this will continue. The only challenge I have is to channelize it. So, in the same way, just as you judge and evaluate children, you judge and evaluate people in the office, you judge and evaluate people around you. In the same way, people are judging and evaluating you. So if you're at this level, you'll be getting a salary worth this level. But if you want a salary at this level, then you need to rise up. You cannot be the same old person. Loy Machedo, when he was in his 20s, was different from Loy Machedo when he went to his 30s, was different from Loy Machedo in his 40s. And today, I'm going to be 50s. I'm 46. I have evolved. So, in the same way, you also have to evolve. Okay, you can't be the same old person. Point number three, I know you will say, come on, this is you promoting your services and all that. But without having a mentor, without having a coach, you can never achieve your success. I'm not saying without taking Loy Machedo, I'm saying without having a mentor or a coach. Usain Bolt has a coach. Floyd Mayweather had a coach. That Novak, that tennis player, he has a coach. And you'll say, oh, only sports people. My dear, people in the corporate industry have coaches. Only thing they don't advertise about it because they don't want to show. You think Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai or even Elon Musk for that matter, you think they don't have a team of people who give them creative ideas, who sit and brainstorm with them, who guide them. Even the president of USA has people who will guide him. Like Biden, he has dementia. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. You think he's doing on his own accord? There is a team of people who are guiding them. And that forms the mastermind or the mentor group. So if you want to succeed, let's say you want to be a chef, you can look at YouTube, you can read recipes online, or you can read a book. But it will not be as amazing as having a certified, experienced, chef with years of wisdom guiding you from what to cook, how to cook, what temperature. He will be there beside you. I would suggest, look, the first best option is to get a free mentor, a mentor who is for free. And it should be someone who is at such a level you can only dream of. In my life, I was lucky to have mentors who are CEOs, mentors who are at such a level. Nobody in my family, nobody in my surroundings, they were like dealing with ministers, they were dealing with sheikhs, they were dealing with CEOs, directors, they were traveling around the world. I was lucky to get those kind of people to be my mentors. Obviously, they didn't take money from me because I was poor. But it was all luck because I kept searching throughout my life. Right from childhood, I was searching for a father figure, mentor, because my father was a complete stepfather, complete abuser. He was an asshole. He doesn't even deserve for, if he dies, even pissing on his grave or pissing on him is not an option. He's that disgusting of a human being. So I had nobody. So I was constantly searching. And that led me to books, that led me to self improvement, DVDs, MP3s, whatever. And that led me searching for a mentor. So you also, in your office, there can be one. Maybe in your family, there can be one. Maybe in your friend circle. Maybe you need to search, send cold emails, which don't work because I know I receive 1,600 messages, mails, notifications. Today it's become crazy, especially after social media. But I either get for free, but someone who is at a very high level. If that is not available, then get for a fee payment. Okay. But get someone who is genuine, who you have content, who you please don't get someone who's selling you a course. Okay, $17, $97, $50, take this course or join my, like Andrew Tate, join my war room. No, that is just commercialization of your vulnerability. They're not going to sit there and mentor. Mentoring is one-to-one. When I do my mentoring, everything is off. I'm only talking to that person and evaluating. And that guy who got double the salary, I used to spend talking to him 3 to 5 hours, sometimes per day. 3 to 5 hours. Let that sink in. Minimum would be 1 hour. The maximum would be somewhere 3 to 5 hours. It was crazy. We were obsessed about this goal. That was a level of intimacy, intensity. And when we were doing that, we were not watching YouTube videos or chatting on. We were focused. So that is, you need a professional mentor coach. And if you say, oh no, I don't have the money. Well, don't have the money, then don't dream big. Some of my coaches, some of my clients, they've taken bank loans. And then you say, Loy, what a manipulative bastard you are. You're asking them. I don't ask them to do anything. It's up to them. I took bank loans. I spent on my credit card. I earned money and dumped it for my education. And by the way, I did have paid coaches who took $500 an hour. Okay. All the improvement in my life, whether it was triathlon training, marathon running, cycling, running, healing my body of, if those of you follow me on Facebook, I was not, my back was fused, my knees were injured. I couldn't even walk. I was literally 125 kilos. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk. I was bleeding. I was losing everyday blood. I was pale white. I paid professional coaches, professional doctors, even my ADHD. I went to a professional psychiatrist, psychologist, whom I went every day, 3 times a week or 4 times a week. I paid them serious money for 3 years. That's why I've changed so much. I have professional coaches. See, nothing comes for free, man. Nothing comes for free. If you're a freeloader, then just be happy with the YouTube videos and podcasts, but you'll never change. You'll only get information. It's like reading Wikipedia. So if you're serious, you need to invest. Even in your college degree, you pay money, right? So I'm not saying come to me. Find someone who can change your life. And if you are crazy about Andrew Tate, go to Andrew Tate. But he should coach you one-on-one every single day for days and days, months and months, years, because change takes years. But, people like him charge $5,000 to $15,000, like Gary Vaynerchuk, 30 minutes, $15,000. So, okay, fine. That is way too high. Then get someone who is within your budget and do the best of what you can. Number 4, I think this is one question people never ask themselves. What are your limitations? See, for example, you have got a salary of $10,000, 10,000, whatever. Why is your company not offering you 15? Why is your company not offering you 20? They'll say, it's our budget. It's because you're in this role. No, it is, it is because your skill level, your personality, and biggest of all, your limitations make you get stuck here. There are so many limitations. Maybe you don't know how to communicate. Maybe you don't know how to market yourself. Maybe you don't know how to be a leader. Maybe you don't know how to take charge. Maybe you don't know how to generate income. Maybe you do not know how to break through this level of performance. Your performance is here. You must find out your limitations. And majority of the people, when they come to me, new clients, they are not aware what their limitations are. They think, oh, interview, I will nail it. Oh, my CV is, very good. Oh, my communication. When I give them a test and I evaluate them, I rip them to shreds. And some of them literally cry. Some of them literally, they're like this, because you're not aware of your limitations, man. You think you're God's gift to mankind. I'm sorry, you're not. Your colleagues can literally see your drawbacks, but they'll never tell you this. Your manager, your senior manager, your management knows your drawback. Just as you, when you see your colleague, hey man, this guy's a gossipy guy. Hey, this guy is a bitch. Hey, this guy doesn't have a self-esteem, or this guy is like a ass kisser. You judge other people, no? You can find out their personalities and drawbacks. People know yours. So what are your limitations? And unless and until you attack this, you're not going to succeed. Because remember, it's like a white sheet, black dot. People will only look at that black dot. That is human psychology. So if you want to climb up the ranks and take on leadership roles, unless and until you handle your drawbacks, which is that black dot, nobody is going to give you a new opportunity because they'll be focused on that bad thing. For example, if you don't believe me, 10 years you did an amazing job. One incident where you got involved with, let's say, bribing or an underage girl or writing a sexual message. 10 years, good things, great achievements. One bad mistake. What people will remember? Not the 10 years of achievement, that one bad mistake. So remember, black dot, white sheet, black dot. That black dot is your limitations. You need to focus on that. Number 5. I think people generally don't ask themselves this question: what is a new skill that they need? People ask themselves, what is a new qualification? What is a new certification? Filipinos, Indians, Pakistanis, they always go, I'll go for this certification, LinkedIn certification, that certificate. And some people like to bullshit their certification, like on LinkedIn. During COVID pandemic, there was this Harvard Business School, 4 weeks, some online course, okay, some for $500. Everyone went and tried to do that for 4 weeks. You just have to read and just write some answers. And after they got the certificate of doing 4 weeks sitting at home, Every one of those clowns put, yeah, I'm sure you remember this. Every one of those clowns put, oh, my dream was to study at Harvard's. I'm now a Harvard Business School graduate. Many of them, I asked them, did you go to Harvard's? No. Did you fly down to US? No. Did you stay at Harvard's? No. Were you there for the 2 years or 4 years? Or no. And what Harvard graduate are you? No, no, I did an online course. In 4 weeks, you become a Harvard business graduate. What nonsense? Who are you trying to fool? No, 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 see the certificate. It's an online digital screenshot, which you will take a printout. See, so don't bullshit yourself with these certifications and all that. I'm talking of actual skill. Public speaking is a skill. Being a salesman is a skill. Networking is a skill. Knowing how to increase your output or productivity, leadership is a skill. Do you have these skills? You don't have these skills, then you can get whatever certificate you want, like showing, see, I'm a degree holder. See, I got masters. What? It's memorization that you got this. Theory will not help you score any points. If there were two people, one is a person who has done theory of how to be a chef, he has memorized all the spices, everything, and another one where the person has actually worked, okay, of being in a 5-star hotel, I will take that person, not the theory one. Remember, my mentor used to say, a gram of experience is greater than a kilo of theory. Okay, just keep that in mind. Then, so you need new skills. Number 6, this one is very controversial. People don't agree with me, and many times I'm infamous for this. You want to succeed, you need to change your friends, you need to change even maybe sometimes your family, maybe even your spouse. Maybe that person is toxic, and you need to change your environment, where you stay, the building you stay, the society you stay, the friends you keep. All this has to be changed, because I have never in my life to this date, I've never met an individual who has kept the, obviously I'm not asking you to dump your parents, but I've never met an individual who has the same friends that he had in school. He still has it as a director of a company. No, the place where you stay will change. The apartment that you stay will change. The people you network with will change. The people you spend time with to discuss things will change. So, you climb that social ladder. So I'm not saying only focus on rich people, but with your existing friends, like one of my clients, he's South Indian. So they wear, that sarong, that lungi, and they, scruffy beard, and they live in this cheap, dilapidated house in Ajman or Umm Quain. And this guy used to stay in Dubai. He used to go in Umm Quain, sit there, and they drink whiskey, and all the children come, and they're eating cheap food, and 3 days, 4 days, they'll go to the beach and waste time. I said, boss, you do this nonsense. Don't expect to climb the ladder. These people have nothing to do, because their profile was a salary of $1,000 a month, or they're driving a van, some are driving a truck. I said, I'm not trying to put them down, but they don't have any goals in life. They don't have any aspirations. When there's a holiday, they will spend all the 5 days drinking, smoking, eating. I said, you, on the other hand, when there are holidays, you need to study, train, you need to go meet people, you need to travel to different countries, you need to meet decision makers. So he was very upset, because these were people he knew from almost 10 years, 15 years. But it's only when he trusted the process, broke off with them. Today, he's from Dubai. Now he has moved to a very posh area in Marina. And he's dealing with the people who are involved in a multinational company. And you might say, Loy, how superficial. Well, guess what? He has just been offered it's a non-profit organization, kind of volunteering, which I told him, go ahead and take it, where all the people on that board, okay, he has been given a place there. I can't give you specific details. And now he's dealing with CEOs and directors from different companies. And I mean, it's totally changed from being a guy who used to literally play with these guys, getting shell fishes and fishing this thing. Now he's sitting in a golf course and discussing millions of dollars. And they talk to him, and he's like, ooh, things are changed. So it has to change, my dear friend. Whether you like it or not, it's up to you. But I'm telling you what really works. And yes, if your spouse, man or woman, is toxic, it's time you tell them bye-bye. Because the most important person is your spouse, and if that person is pulling you down or harassing you with this thing, maybe it's time you find a new person. Maybe that spouse was good when you took that person in your 20s, but in your 40s, when your goals are changed, it's not the same person. So think about what I've said. Number 7 is you must have a brand new, spick, sparkling resume. And by that, I don't mean change your photograph and make it amazing. Your photograph can be at this level, but if you're at this level, when people see you, like I had this problem with one of my clients. He wore, like, in the suit, it looked like he was wearing an Armani outfit, and he was, dynamic. He looked like a model. But if you meet him outside, you think he's a guy who is an electrician or someone who fixes your broken cement. I said, "What the hell are you doing, man? This photo is like, wow, it's like $1 billion. Here you look like a laborer." I said, "At least be realistic. It's like having a 100 kilo or 200 kilo female, but she photoshops herself to look like Kim Kardashian." No, I'm not talking of gimmicks. I'm not talking of the all the decor. Talking of content. And that content shouldn't be bombastic. It shouldn't be like, oh, such big sounding words. Like, if you use so hi-fi words in your resume, but your English is that of a fifth grader, but here you have Chat GPT or OpenAI language that people use in, let's say, Shashi Tharoor or Christopher Hitchens or some English professor with a PhD. I mean, who are you trying to fool, man? So by resume rebrand, I mean it should match you. It should match what the environment wants. It should match what the industry wants. And it should match what you're capable of. And all this put together should be remade and rebranded into the new resume, not the old one. And I can assure you this, 99.99% of the people, they give their old bullshit resume, or they'll copy paste something from online, or they'll ask some $200 or $100 guy to make some fancy blue color, black color, and they think, oh, that is great. Who are you trying to fool, man? And one last thing about this resume bit. Remember, nobody in the history of employment has got a job because his CV was great. You get called for an interview if your resume matches their requirement. Keep that in mind, okay? So the purpose of a resume rebrand is a marketing tool that will be used to judge you. The next one is interview skills. Yes, this one I don't know where to start, but there's not a single individual I've met who is not overly confident that he will ace the interview. And I can openly challenge you, openly. Take a bet with me. $500. Tell me if your interview skills, you'll nail it. Okay? 100 out of 100, you'll nail it. And if you nail it, I'll give you $500. Okay? But if you don't, you pay me. I can assure you this. Not a single person to this date I've met who has aced the interview. And the reason for this, the reason for this is every word, every question, every situation is different, and it has to be scripted, that is written down word for word. It has to be analyzed. It has to match your personality. It has to match your job. You can't overdo it. You can't underplay it. It has to match it perfectly. And even interview, the scripting that I've been doing over the past 20 years, there is no two people who are alike. One person can be aggressive. One person can be very placid. One person can be very timid. One person can be very accommodating. One person can be friendly. One person can be firm. So it should match what the industry wants, what your resume states, what you're capable of, what is your personality, and what will sell with the person. Local company is different from international. Multinational company is different from just a national company. Senior level is different from intermediate level. It all depends. And see, here's the thing: being smart and snappy in talking is not communicating. Many youngsters today, oh, they're very good, they're very smart, they can talk like Ben Shapiro, they can talk like a professional debater. No, that will not help you get a job. That will work against you, because people will realize, man, this guy's bloody, he's cocky and full of himself. So interview skills is very important. And remember, the key area of an interview skill is emotional likability. If you can build rapport and if you can connect with the person, you'll get the job. Number 9 is the power of networking. I made separate videos on how to network, so I'll not speak on that, but you must know how to go into a room, read the people, and know who to network with, how much to network with, what to say, when to say, whom to give your card, whom to ask a card, whom to refuse a card. There are so many basic skills. Just going up to a person, checking, hi, my name is whatever. My name is Michael. Your name is Sukhdeep. Oh, nice to meet you, man. Which company you work for? Okay, you work for Barclays Bank. Oh, I work for this company. Okay, thanks. Bye. And I'll tell you, after 10 minutes, he wouldn't remember you. You wouldn't remember him. That's not networking. There is an art and science of networking. You can check my other videos, but you must learn the art of networking, because every single opportunity in life, you go to a seminar, conference, you go for a business meeting, you go for a in-house meeting, you go for a client meeting, you must know the art of networking. Number 10, in a day and age where people are bragging about their knowledge or their substance or their intelligence, or even posting photographs of themselves, you must know how to market yourself online. The mistake that I see people doing on LinkedIn is copy pasting, forwarding, putting useless stuff, and putting their photograph on a JPEG image with profound sounding words, trying to be fake. Oh wow, they'll go to, let's say, some big CEO. He has put a video. Wow, sir, that was amazing. Oh, Mr. So and so, I really love your video. No, you should know how to market and sell yourself online. And if you have to stand out, you have to get away from a crowded marketplace. Facebook, LinkedIn, all these social media are overly crowded. Be online where when people Google search your name, you come up as an industry expert. And that is where I've told people how to use Quora, Medium, and LinkedIn, including other social media platforms, to their advantage. Where, remember, your name, when they Google search, what comes out, that is what is important. So you need to know how to market yourself, both online and offline. Number 11 is selling yourself. Here's a simple question. If I ask you, do you know how to sell yourself? Yeah, of course I know. Okay. Tell me about yourself in 30 minutes. I'll give you 30 minutes. You must speak 30 minutes. Then tell me something about yourself, selling yourself, 15 minutes. You must speak 15 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. And last, one line. I'm pretty sure if I say one line, you can say one line. If I say 1 minute, yes, 3 minutes, yes. But then when you start going more and more, it becomes harder. And guess what? People generally forget 1 minute, they forget 3 minutes, they forget even the 7 minute mark, but they remember after that. So here's my question. How can you make them remember what you say in 1 minute? How can you make them remember what you say in 3 minutes? Or when you speak 30 minutes about yourself, how can you make them want to listen to more? Like I'm talking right now. You see how long? How many minutes until now? 31 minutes. How am I able to do that? Oh, you'll say bullet points. But look at the amount of practice, look at the experience, look at the ability for me to talk for 31 minutes. Can you do that? No, it takes years of practice. So in the same way, do you know what is your 1 minute script, 3 minute script, 7 minute script, 15 minute script, 30 minute script, 1 hour script? You are selling you. If you can't market yourself, sell yourself, make yourself irresistible, intriguing, interesting, not going to work. I have been relevant online all these years. I'm not a multimillionaire, billionaire, but I'm able to earn money because I'm able to sell myself. No college degree, no corporate experience, no godfather, nothing. You can do the same. Next one, number 12. You must know the answer to the simple question: which industry, like the industry that you are in, what is the lowest salary they offer? What is the highest salary they offer? Where do you stand? Okay, lowest, highest, you stand here. But now the question is, why are you here? You'll say company policy, company package. Okay. But then why is your boss getting more than you? Is he better than you? Does he have more leadership skills, more experience? But then why is it, if you say age, if you say experience, why is there another candidate who's younger than your boss but getting paid more than your boss and more than you? Oh, you'll say, oh, that's a different company. Then why didn't you get in that company? Oh, luck. Then Every person on this planet got only luck. That means you got lucky. You don't deserve this job. See, you need to ask yourself these questions. Remember, lowest, highest, where do you stand? And then you need to strategize from here. Where do you need to go? And how would you go there? Okay. Point number 13. Every day you meet new sellers, new vendors, new clients, new potential clients, all their names, their numbers, where they work, what do they work as, who do they know. You must have this database with you. If in your phone you have only your friends and whatever, it's bullshit, man. They're not going to help you. Have contacts and connections of people who matter. You're that phone. That is why sometimes I tell people have two phones. One is personal, where all your personal friends and whatever is there, that keep it aside. The business one. And out of the business, if you have 1,000, who actually is useful to you? Who actually do you talk to every day? Who actually do you network with? Who actually do you meet up with? If they are just names and numbers on this thing, on your Outlook or on your phone, it's no use, man. Learn to use your contacts and connections in an optimal way. And most of the people who come to me have never used it, but I teach and train them how to do it. Okay. And obviously, because they have a very short time, how they can optimize on this. Number 14. See, once you get your contacts and connections, you must have your script ready. Script is very important. Let's say you call them up. What are you going to tell them? Let's say you call a CEO of a company. What will you tell him? You have only 1 minute, or maximum, if he likes you or knows you, 3 minutes. What will you tell him in 3 minutes? I want a job, or I'm looking for a better job, or I'm looking for double the salary. What are you going to say? What will you say that will make him take interest in you and work towards your goal? So you must know what to say, how to say it, when to say, with whom to say it. And with each and every person, it's different. So remember, contacts and connections, which I spoke to you about before, and then each and every person you should be talking, and you should filter and choose. These are the ones which is worthwhile. These are the ones which are useless. Number 15. I tell people, whenever you meet any new contact, from that new contact, you can get newer contacts, three newer references. Always focus on getting new contacts, new references, new people. The same old people that you know, they might just know you, hi, how are you, bye, no benefit. Because if they were of benefit, you would have been at a different level. It's saturated. So it's time for you to get new contacts. And here's my question to you. This is the month of June. How many new contacts have you got till now? How many new? 6 months. So maybe 150 days. Okay. If you get one new contact every day, 160 contacts, one new contact every alternate day, you could say 80 contacts. Okay, one new contact every, maybe half of that, every 4 days. Maybe you'll get 40. Or if you really focus, one contact per month, new, really good one, 6 new contacts who can change your life. So the point which I'm trying to make is choose your contacts and know what to say, and from them get 3 references. Okay, the 3 references really helps a lot. Most of them will maybe they will be hesitant to give you, but you can actually get minimum one. And if they're not ready to give you even one, it's better not to have that contact. Number 16. You must meet each and every contact in your list personally at least once a year. If you have not met them, if you're not interacting with them, Zoom doesn't work. No, it doesn't fly. You have to meet. So choose. Obviously, if you have 5,000, you can't meet all the 5,000. So choose out of the 5,000, 50 or 30 or maybe even 20 or maybe even 12, one per year. Choose who is not in terms of power, but who is ready to help you, who really is your well-wisher. Only then you'll succeed, my friend. Otherwise, just having names, it's like having 5,000 friends on Facebook, or people brag about, I have 100,000 people on LinkedIn. So what? How many of them know you personally, or you know them personally, or you have met personally? So please ensure a personal meeting. Number 16. Number 17 is, you must, when you meet the person, number 1 is you must know what to say. Number 2 is you should know what you want from them. Number 3 is you should give them something of value. Number 4 is they should be happy that they met you. And number 5, they should look forward to meeting you again. If you can get these 5, then meeting that person was absolutely worth it. But you don't have an agenda, you don't know why you're meeting them, you just go casually meeting them, drink a cup of coffee, you're wasting your time. Be strategic when you do this. Number 18. I tell people, maintain an Excel sheet so that you know every single day what you do. Let's say, for example, today, what time did you get up? What time did you start your day? How many contacts did you meet? Who did you meet? You must have that diary. And I know this is not possible to be consistent, but when you're searching for a job, say Sunday, I met 3 new contacts or 3 decision makers, name of the person, details of the person, email address or phone number, and a brief description, what happened, and then follow up action. What is next? Is there a new thing that you can do, or is it dead? The person said no. So every single day, when I was dealing with my clients, we knew how many people he was supposed to meet, what he was supposed to say, and we qualified whether it worked or didn't work. You must have an Excel sheet so that you're aware what you're doing every day. Otherwise, if after a month, if I ask you, how many people did you meet? I met some. No, it has to be 326. Fine. Yes, specific. Out of that, which was productive? You say, some were productive. No. Out of which 92 was productive. Out of which maybe 15 there is a chance for a job. So you need to have the specific numbers, only then you know what you're doing. Next one. Point number 19. You have to give yourself a daily target. Like you must have a routine. My daily target, for example, going out for half an hour exercise, then after that 3 videos or 1 video, whatever. After that, dealing with my clients, then I know what time I'm supposed to eat. Everything is planned. Even eating, I know what I'm supposed to eat. Okay. And yes, my fun goals. So I have everything set as a target, everything as a routine, everything as a schedule. Do you have the same? If you don't plan your day, you don't plan your work, you don't work your plan. It's as simple as that. So you must have your daily target, you must have your routine, you must have a schedule. Point number 20 is every single person you meet, have these details: date, name, number, email, description, follow-up action. Have the script and customize it based on your requirements, so that if I were to ask you, you met the GM of DHL. Okay, what is his name? When did you last meet him? How was the conversation? What did he want? Why things worked? Why things didn't work? When you have this database with you, you have the actual, you don't need to break your head. By just looking at it during your weekend, you would know, okay, I need to follow up with these people, move them to this new calendar. These people I'll follow up at the beginning of next week or after 2 weeks. So these details are very important. 21 is you must have a calendar and you must know your schedules for the next week. If you don't have a calendar, you don't have a schedule, then what are you doing, man? What is your target? What is your target for the next 2 weeks? Where are the appointments? Are you a person who will just get up and make an appointment? It doesn't work that way, no? Point number 22. I always tell people, emails don't work. Messages, WhatsApp doesn't work. You can send a thank you note. You can send a one-liner, hey, hi, how are you? But the only impactful thing is a face-to-face meeting. You meet someone face-to-face, they will act very different than if you speak to them on the phone. That is why so many keyboard warriors, they'll, hey, I'm going to do this, that to you. But when they meet face-to-face, it's totally different. Face-to-face meetings are very, very different. And I'll assure you this much. Try chatting with someone, WhatsApp or whatever, and try meeting them for 1 hour. You will realize how different they are when they are face-to-face. That is why my clients, I always tell them face-to-face meeting is very, very important. Number 23 is if you're searching for a job, it's very important to go to the office, to the site, to the avenue where things are happening. That is where you'll actually come to know, is it happening, not happening? Like, for example, when you physically go and meet someone in the office, you can study the environment, you can look at people running around, you can see their dress sense, you can see the tension, you can literally feel it. For this, it takes a little bit of advanced level skills of trying to get a meeting. But when you're in the company and you can study the culture, like one of my clients, he went to this company, which has such a big name in the market. But when he went there, he found all of them dressed up very like conservative, very religious. There was like a stuffy environment. He found all of them like at a 50 plus age. and he found that this owner and this company were very religious. He didn't like the environment at all, and he was like, man, even if they pay big money, but and I'm not comfortable here because they're all very conservative and they were all doing. Even one other example was in Dubai, sorry, Sharjah. This company, all were Muslims and all were so particular that during the time to pray, they would all pray at that particular time. So this guy, being a little bit modern and he didn't want to do all this, he was like, "No, man, I don't want to work in this place." So it's very important to go to the actual site, even if it's an outdoor job. Go to the venue, go to the site, the event. Maybe it's an event management company. Go to different sites of theirs. Go before, go after. If you're an engineer, go to the site. That, when you interact with people, you'll come to know the reality, which is not mentioned normally online. Online website, they'll show everything great. The reality is different. Then number 24 is, I told you, before, point number 1, the obsession, that urgency, desperation, belief. At point number 24 is you must be ready to take rejections. You must develop a very thick skin. There have been days when my clients have been just burnt out, have been tired, have been taking, like this. Some have even broken down and cried. But I've told them, never take rejection personally. Take rejection, look forward to rejection. The more rejection you get, you should say yes. And it takes time. It takes time to develop this thick skin. Normally, generally from 1 week to a month. But after that, they learn. Like if the person's rude with you, if the person says no, if the person's like screamed at you, it's not because that is what they truly are. They're just putting on an act because they are fed up. And that is why I teach and train them not to take it personally. And here's a surprising thing. The very same people who are rude with you, who are not acting nice, who are not accommodating, they tend to be the best people that you will be dealing with. And they're the ones who can really help you. Okay? So you should learn to take rejections very well. And the better you take rejections, the more you'll succeed. Remember, there is nobody in this world who has succeeded without facing tons of rejections, whether it's Colonel Sanders or whether it's a writer of a best-selling book. And point number 25 is, this one is also, I know, sounds silly, but until you achieve your goal, you don't stop. It can take you 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, but until you reach your goal, you don't stop. See, for example, my journey on YouTube, I'm not looking at, 50,000 or 100,000. No, I'm looking at it as every single day. It's a journey. Like even losing weight. You don't get like, if I achieve 60 kilos, finish, I stop. I can see the abs, I stop. You become bad to worse. From where you were, you started at bad, you became good, then you become worse. So rather than that, focus on the journey. All these tips that I've given, you need to keep practicing them. Even after you achieve your new goal, I tell them, what's the next goal? What's the next goal? So they keep pushing themselves until they feel, okay, I had enough and now I'm going to just coast along. Fine. And I'm not saying that most of my students or clients, they take my mentoring forever. There is, at some point, they get their wings and they fly. And then they are on their own, but they're at a new level because they know the principles. So even you, what you should do is, once you reach your destination, don't make that the end goal. What's next? Because remember, that goal that you have reached, there are many other competitors who are eyeing for that goal and they'll be waiting to throw you out so that they can. So your job is to jump from here, go to the next one until the day you found what you want and you're satisfied with it. Like, for example, for me, in terms of my wifey, I'm very happy, don't want to change. In terms of taking risks and trying new things, I'm happy. Now it is consistency and slow growth, but consistent growth. So anyway, I think I've spoken for literally 47 minutes non-stop. I know, takes a lot of stamina. So I hope you watch this video in small bits and take whatever value comes and help yourself become better and grow. If this video took 47 minutes with all these points, you can imagine the amount of intensity, the amount of work, the amount of dedication it required both of us to do for him to reach his goal. And remember, nothing worthwhile in life is easy. Nothing is easy. Everything is a struggle. Everything is hard work. And only if you put your heart and soul, only then you'll achieve your goal. So having said that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if there's any questions or points I've not covered, feel free, mention it. This is me signing off. You guys take care.